will have no soul. That is why I have no fear.
Hey guys, today we have another custom review for the Studio Series number 90 Galvatron. Let's take a look at his details. So if we put him a little closer, here's how he looked at in the front. So you can see that he has a little different shape of colors in terms of especially on the plastic part. I colored those parts with permanent marker as well as acrylic paint. So some of the part in here are blue. I paint them with acrylic paint blue as well. If you look at the head, you see that the colors is a little different from the original one, which is mostly just silver color. But in this case, we actually have some blue in here, like that part and that part, and I match with the blue over here from the acrylic paint that I use. So that the front look, we have more dark metal ray in the middle of the colors as well as some of the middle part on the ties there. Here is carbon side look for the figures. Of course, this part initially they were plastic black, but now I put a little of grayish metallic colors in there. This is how it look like in the front. All of those they are plastic colors on the arm as well as on the back of the figure. Initially this piece was light gray color as well, and then the back of the figures they own just plastic colors. Now they still look kind of plastic, but they do have colors ring all over them. You can see that he has two different set of weapon. Of course, the missile also got painted. That's why they look like that. And then he has two different set of weapon. We can actually count two of those figures. Give the other set of weapon to this guy as well, because I want Galvatron to be packed up with weapon. He's a strong character. Beat Optimus Prime because he has no soul. Look at that. This is the nicest thing that this design have. Very unique that he has like just a big hole in his chest. And these figures have actually a functional hole. Like that hole is go deep inside. It just goes straight in there. It's not just a decorated hole, it's an actual hole in the figure. So it's pretty cool. Here we have just weapon storage. If you want to, you can just unplug this missile and then just put it in his chest. Because on the stock figures, he only have one of those missiles, so those can be stored away that easily. But I want my Galvatron to be packed up with weapons, so I'm just gonna leave him holding two of his missile. Although in the movie, he didn't really have his missile hanging out like that. It's only in his vehicle mode that he has the missile out. So the process that I paint this guy, basically I just go with permanent marker silver. Just cover over all of the silver plastic part, I mean just the regular light gray plastic part that you have on the figure. Just cover all of them with this. This is our first foundation layer, so that the color will stay on. And then later when we put on the acrylic paint, if the acrylic paint somehow got chipped off by either you playing too much with the figures, then at least we still have the permanent marker silver on the first foundation layer. They would still be there. Of course, like all of those shows over here, initially they were also just plastic colors. We cover all of them with permanent marker silver. You do that, and you can do that to cover the black here as well, because those initially they just black plastic colors. And because in robot mode, they stand out. They don't match well with the overall colors of the legs, so that's why I also just colored this with permanent marker silver. And then you can do that to those parts as well. Especially those parts, they are just light gray color that stand out so much. Then the back of the arm, all of those plastic colors, and then of course the feet. The feet as well. Those stand out so much in gray colors that I have to make sure that they are covered in colors now. So they match more with the overall robot mode. Even in vehicle mode, those legs, they're exposed. They just lying on the back of the figures. Or if they are of a different shade of color, they just stand out even more, like become an eyesore. So after we paint with permanent marker, we use acrylic paint to paint over the permanent marker as a second layers of paint. So this is the brand that I use. You honestly can just buy any acrylic paint that you can find. I bought this on Amazon. It's not any special brand. And then as you can see in here, they're not entirely just silver, but like those part they have more darker color, ray colors, so that they stand out from the brighter silver color part. Those part I actually paint using these colors over here. It's more of the rayish colors, although the name say it's metallic silver, but it's not really metallic, it's more of a ray color. So I basically just put that on the brush and then just brush over this part until they look like that. So if you want those parts to initially pop, you can use the silver, the permanent marker silver to brush on here first. And then use this because the darker colors can dim down the silver colors, but it would still make the part pop a little bit, like they look a little more shiny when you look at them if you paint them earlier with the silver. So that's how we brought to that part. Of course, the crush area as well, because I don't want, those were also initially just gray colors, because you want to blend the colors of the figure, so you have to paint those parts as well. After painting this figure, I think he looked really good. Like initially, the mold is already good. If we look at some of the other figures from 2014 when the Age of Extinction movie come out, the Voyager Galvatron figures was so bad. Like he basically kept all of the keyboard on his back. Like he has his whole truck on his back. If you take out this whole part, he'll be like a skinny guy, would not be transformable anymore. He just he used Ninja Turtle with the turtle shells on his back. The colors did not look good. He did not look as skinny as this. Now, of course, the articulation for the Studio Series 1 is just miles better. He has everything. He have ankle tilted, he had waist swivel. All of his leg got really good articulation. Look at this. That's more than 90-degree bend. And then for the elbow, it's got like double jointed elbow. He has everything. Of course, even his chest is functional, so you can actually stuck something in there. Latest when we have the new Night Brown from Studio Series, he probably come with his swords. He can stick his sword into his chest as well. That would look really nice. Just to give a comparison, here is the sword from the Byway Optimus Prime figures. You can definitely stick it in there. See, it's go inside. It's go inside really deeply as well. Actually, that's look pretty cool. So in the worst case scenario, if we don't have the new Optimus Prime, I guess this also worked really nicely. So in comparison to the stock figures, I think I'm pretty happy with how this guy come out. Leave what you think in the comment. If you want to custom your figures, just check out some of my pre-paint tutorial videos. In there I have all of my steps for how I paint my figures. I usually paint them in the whole same process, just that sometimes I use different colors, but the overall process should be the same. And also to mention that for the blue color, I use this blue. It's a liquid metal blue to actually paint those parts blue. And they actually stay on really strongly, and the color, they are a little shiny. So that's pretty cool. And I think it's matched pretty well with your initially blue colors on here. And if you think that the color doesn't match well, you can actually just paint a little of this paint over the top of the blue color that they initially have in here as well. That's what I did. And then the color will match nicely. So like those part blue, and then we have a little tiny blues here, and then the blues on the shoulder, and then the blue just right next to the eyes in his head. Good luck customizing your figures. Hey, you. Yes, you. Subscribe to our channel. Please, otherwise Megatron might kill me again. And no, I'm not kidding. He's right there. Hey, Josh. So please, subscribe. I don't want to be back in 2 pieces. Your subscription means a lot to us.